Okay, so this topic has been coming up a lot. I've taken on some nutrition-only weight loss clients over the past year, just friends and family members who have gotten the word out that kind of the skin health process, the 3 phases that I do with people, also leads to pretty fast weight loss. So I've been getting hit up a lot by people looking to lose some weight, lower their body fat. And a question that's been a theme for the past 2 months is cheat meals. And people want to know 2 things. Do cheat meals negatively affect your results for lowering your body fat and body composition, weight loss? And does eating cheat meals or having a scheduled cheat meal mess up the process of healing eczema, dermatitis, psoriasis, and rosacea, leaky gut, things like that? Can you heal your skin and have some cheat meals? And can you be successful losing weight and have some cheat meals? That's the question. I'm going to cover that in today's video. Stay tuned. Okay, so first off, let me cover the subject of, did I ever eat cheat meals during my recovery process from eczema, dermatitis, and psoriasis? And straight up, I did not ever cheat once. Of course, some bad nutrients slipped into my food, some ingredients that I didn't know about during that year. Sometimes I had to compromise my macros slightly, but I never ate a cheat meal. I think that if your focus is disease reversal, especially if it's gut related, which all disease is, then having cheat meals needs to be something that you just do not do. Now, eating meals that are very delicious and that taste really good should be part of your normal diet. Now, everyone's got to go through little phases during cleanses and detoxification processes where they're really focused on their minimal diet, and of course it's not going to taste amazing, but on a regular basis you should be looking forward to eating food that tastes really good to you. And parts of your normal diet, your staple foods, should taste really super good. If not, adjust your recipes. Maybe you're being too precise, or maybe you're just not adding in things that taste good. But as far as having cheat meals during the healing process, for me, it was an absolute no-no. I knew that for me, I have an addictive personality when it comes to food. And I knew that if I had that one Big Mac or that one donut, that it was going to lead to another one and another one, and it would always lead to 2 things. One, I knew that it would mess up my digestion, and it would send me in a place of feeling really frustrated, like the work that I had already done to heal my skin was negated and didn't count, and it was just a waste of time. So it depressed me for that. And then also it was something that literally I could feel the digestional issues, and I knew, I mean, how can I heal my skin if my gut health is like really crappy? So instead of cheating, what I did is I just learned some staple foods that tasted really, really good. And anytime I was having a craving, I used whole foods to create the closest flavor I could to that craving, and just ate as much of that food, as much of the nutrients that tasted and sounded good to me as I wanted, and really filled my body up with good nutrients, and made my way through the craving. But it was really important to me during my healing process to never cheat. And what I've noticed with my skin disease clients is that the ones that do have occasional cheat meals, some wine, some coffee, a cheeseburger here and there, tend to have a really challenging time healing their skin completely. Also, the ones that I'm working with who are around weight loss, most of my weight loss clients, there's a psychological component to the weight loss, definitely. And part of the behavioral psychological component resides on changing your behaviors. So if every time you get into a new diet plan and things start to go good, your whole week is focused on having that pleasurable, mouth orgasm meal, that takes up a lot of energy, that takes up a lot of psychology, and that's not, why would you want to be focusing on one single meal in your life? It's so boring. Obsessed about what you're eating for a little while so that it becomes a habit, so you don't have the need for cheat meals. How much do cheat meals set you back? They set you back immensely. Psychologically, they set you back. Gut health wise, they set you back. Calories wise, they set you back. Nutrient wise, they set you back. I also think that the idea behind cheat meals is to give yourself a reward, or to give yourself something that tastes really, really good, so that you're enjoying your food. And I do think that there is a component to eating a holistically healthy diet of whole foods when you're being successful, that it does taste good. The reason I don't need cheat meals now, and I don't ever eat them, and the reason why I didn't use cheat meals during my cleansing process and my detoxification process and my healing process, was because I figured out ways to make the whole foods that I was eating taste so good that I just really didn't have a need for those cheat meals. Okay, so I wanted to expand, after shooting that little clip, I was driving to breakfast, and I want to expand upon two little points, and they have to do with not cheating, but allowing yourself to have the flavors that you really desire, whether it's sweet or savory. You can make it happen. As a vegan, one of the examples I always use was either I would crave burgers or pizza. And as a vegan, that was really simple. I could do a cornmeal based or a cauliflower based crust, load up with veggies, load up with pineapple, load up with mushrooms, a little vegan cheese, tomato sauce, and boom, craving for a pizza with no gluten, with no horrible things for me, and it tasted like a cheat meal, but it wasn't. Nowadays, as kind of a keto-vorish, primal, traditional dieter, I crave sweets once in a while. How do I make that happen? I love to create creamy, sweet jellos from gelatin, sweetened with stevia. So is that the cleanest, most perfect food in the history of the world? Nutrition wise, yeah, it's pretty good. It digests easy, and it keeps me from eating cheesecake or red velvet cake or some other sweet, gnarly thing that's really going to mess my digestion and skin up. So there's two examples of what you can do instead of cheating. You can have all the mouth pleasure you want and have none of the negative side effects. For a lot of you guys in the early phases of your recovery process, that's the main issue, is the food doesn't taste very good yet. So you've got to use different methods to create recipes and different food combinations. I was very minimal. I stuck to the stuff that I liked, and I didn't branch out too much. I think that in the beginning you got to either white knuckle it, or you got to experiment a lot to see what flavors and what palates work best for you, so you don't get bored, and so that you can continue to stay consistent and stay on path. If you are someone who, and this is the only really caveat, so basically if you're trying to reverse disease, don't do cheat meals. Just figure out ways, if you're having the desire to cheat, to make healthy food taste really good. So just use a different ritual to overcome that behavior is the best way to do that. If you are looking to lower your body fat and you're looking for weight loss, the bottom line is that if you're eating a majority of your foods are whole foods, and you're keeping your calories at maintenance or below, and you're moving your body, a cheat meal once in a while won't really slow that process down. The problem is, for most of you guys, like I said, is if it triggers a psychological thing that makes you crave food, that makes your eating healthy food even harder, then skip it. Don't make things harder for yourself than you really need to do. And the same applies for you guys. Take that craving for whatever it is, and apply it to healthy whole foods. So you get that flavor in your mouth, you get the mouthfeel and the texture, it tastes delicious. But at the same time, you don't have that negative feeling like you cheated, like you did something wrong, and it generally will have about 1/5 of the calories. You take like a flax-based muffin, a blueberry flax-based muffin with a little coconut sugar in it, compared to like a blueberry muffin you get at a bakery. That flax muffin tastes delicious compared to that blueberry muffin. It's satisfying. Maybe the blueberry muffin's a little sweeter, a little better, but it's not that big of a difference. It will still take away the craving. The calories in that flax muffin are probably 1/5, and the nutrients in that flax muffin are so good that it won't lead to your body desiring more and more and more, looking for the nutrients, but only getting empty calories. So Use a smart approach. Understand your own personal psychology and understand maybe you can get away with a cheat here and there. Or in my approach that I use with my clients, and the approach that I use with myself, and this comes from my old days. I'm a nerd from old school behavioral science. That's what I have a degree in behavioral science, a master's in psych, and yoga therapy certification, the highest level. So it's all about behavior change when you're talking about reversing skin disease or trying to overcome any type of health issue. Okay, so you're either going to want to use the approach of just cut out the idea of cheat meals altogether. Just get your discipline on, struggle through it for a while, but then get used to it and get really good at just eating clean all the time. Option 2, this is the option I love to use with my clients and myself. If I'm hungry for something, it might be my body telling me it wants or needs something. I'm going to listen to my body. I'm going to give it the flavors and textures that it really wants, but I'm going to use all whole food. So let's say I'm craving a pizza, which I never do. I could use gluten-free cornmeal crust. I could load it with vegetables and grass-fed beef. I could leave the dairy off. The craving is busted. My diet wasn't cheated on. That's just a random lame example, but you can use healthy foods to bust your craving and to keep you on track, and you get the best of both worlds. You get all that delicious flavor and you stay on track with your disease reversal goals or your fat loss, body fat goals. I think that's the best choice. Or number 3, some of you guys will be able to do this. For those of you guys who are dedicated to skin disease reversal, this will not be you. But if you're someone who's focused on weight loss and you're like, look, I can eat a cheat meal once in a while and it does not trigger me to have more cheat meals. It doesn't make me obsess about food. I can just eat it and then go back to eating my normal outline diet. Then cool, enjoy a cheat meal once in a while. That's not me. That's not most people. For most of you guys watching this video, you're gonna have more success with the second option or the first option. Just use healthy foods to bust your cravings, or just skip cheat meals altogether. I will tell you this, at the end of the day, when you wake up in the morning and your skin is clear, or you look in the mirror and your body's lean and healthy and you've lost that weight and you've gotten your health and your body and everything is where you want it to be, that is such an empowering feeling. It's such a better feeling. It's a complete feeling. It feels wonderful. It feels full of energy and strength and power. It's so much better than the 5 seconds that it feels good eating that cinnamon roll. And I urge you to go for the goosebumps in life. Go for that sustainable 24/7 amazing feeling rather than sticking some random food in your mouth that's going to taste really good and then lead to all sorts of issues down the road. That's going to do it for today, guys. Leave all of your comments and questions down below. If you're looking to get a hold of me to become a private client, there's a link to become a private client in the description box. Also, in the description box is a link to the Instagram. There I'm Rob Stuart. In real life, I'm just Rob Stuart. If you're new to this channel, remember to subscribe and share. If you're old to this channel, remember to hit the notification bell. Group class is happening right now. Next one will be probably a month or 2 out. You can sign up for that at holistichealthactivation.com. I think that's all the announcements. Much love. I'm out. Bye.